Right. What's going on, everybody? So, Yankees, wonderful. Yankees dropped that game 6-3. Um, so in order for them to pick up any ground on the Orioles, they have to win tomorrow's game. Okay, they have to win tomorrow's game no matter what to pick up any ground on the Orioles. Let me put my charger in here. Okay, so shout out to everybody. Welcome everybody in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all enjoy the 4th of July. All that good stuff. And who do we have in here? Shout out to Sean Brown and Jimmy's in the house. Jonathan. Yankees need another bat, and they need another reliever too. But yeah, they definitely need the bat. They definitely need the bat. Who else we have here? We got the crew in here. Gary Wanamaker's here. What is good? Joe, my consigliere. My consigliere. Yeah. Who else? Tomorrow, Sean. I think it's Severino. Who else we got in place here? Who else do we have in the place here? All right, Stephen B's in the building. All right, what is good? Peanuts in the house. What's happening, Peanut? And yeah, Manny Vasquez was pretty decent. The bullpen just didn't come through today. I mean, at some point they were about to get hit. Like Hamilton was going to get hit at some point. Nick Ramirez, and like it just happens. Unfortunately, it does. So not all the time, not very often, but it happens. And again, this is a tough loss. But again, if the Yankees win tomorrow, then they pick up at least 2 games on the Orioles, which is good. So I'll take that. Not sweeping them now, but it is what it is. East side, the chef's in the building. Yes, my consigliere. Stephen B, what's good? What is good? Mike J's in the house. Peter Risbergs, Mike Cassier, Aiden, JT, what is good? Yeah, let's talk about this. All right, this guy's suspended. So Jimmy Cordero, okay, suspended for the rest of the season for violating the MLB's domestic violence policy. James Bealey's in the house. What is good? Well, you're not wrong, James. Offensively, DJ and Rizzo are not helping. You're 100% right. 100% right. So Lapari's in the house too. So back to Jimmy Cordero. So just to respond to your comment here, he violated MLB domestic violence policy, as did Domingo Germán, who also served this. I think it was 60-game suspension, whatever the rest of the year was. Now keep in mind, because and I brought it up earlier. I talked about it, and I gave my my view on it and whatnot. And it seems to be a lot. I mean, I got a lot of pushback and a lot of heat on it, so which is fine. Okay, but West Coast Yankee fan, what is good, my dude? What's good, brother? Aiden Davila. So Hamilton wasn't sharp tonight. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. And again, this is what happens when the bullpen gets overworked a little bit. And again, now that we're going to be down one guy, they're going to need to call up a guy, add another guy, and then it's going to increase the odds of Cashman needing to trade for a reliever at the deadline, which I think he'll do anyway. So Michael Jordan's in the house. Yeah, another starting pitcher would be wise for the Yankees and a reliever. Donald Burton, Maria Garland, how are you? Unfortunately, Marie, he's working a little bit shorthanded with the bullpen, and got too many injuries in the bullpen. We got a lot of relievers out even for the year, so it hurts. Dixie Dodo's in the house. Chris Porter. Do I think the Mets would take Cordero? He wouldn't be able to do anything. He wouldn't be able to play for them this year. He's suspended no matter who. Who does what. But Cordero, I think, is a free agent after the season as well. I think so. But going back to this as well, a lot of folks are bringing up like they were infusing politics, they were infusing criminal justice. I think it's important to keep in mind that MLB has its own MLB domestic violence policy. Okay, they conduct investigations whenever accusations or information come forth. Then they do that, and who knows how long this has been going on. But they come to a decision, and again, if and only if law enforcement needs to get involved, then at that point they decide that. But again, there is no way they're just going to say, "Oh, he beat me," and then they're going to suspend them. That's not the way it works. Because people seem to be under, not everybody, but some people seem to be under the impression it happens. That's not how it is. These guys are union protected. Okay, the guys, the Astros cheaters, got a slap on the wrist for conducting a very elaborate cheating scheme. They got a slap on the wrist. Their coaches, GM, manager got fired. Nothing happened to the players because they're union protected. Nobody's just going to say, "Well, he did this to me," and they're not going to investigate it and decide to suspend him. The fact is, too, I haven't heard anything about him appealing the suspension, and so I think he knows there's enough credible information out there. And again, I'm sure more information will come out, but that's generally how the MLB conducts its investigations. And it's really hard to compare it to Trevor Bauer. It's a bit of a different situation, not domestic abuse. He's done some crazy stuff. So, but the fact is, he was suspended. It was reduced at some point because I think they knew that it was excessive. Pete Rose was banned for life for gambling, and this is the other thing too, because I had a lot of people tell me today, like, yeah, the gambling thing it tarnishes the integrity of baseball. Okay, but domestic violence, and because a couple of folks even say it's intrusive and whatnot. So, just out of, and I want you folks to answer. Give me your insight in this. So, should we just be quiet about it, and then later on, when it becomes public, and then Major League could have done something about it, and they did absolutely nothing? That doesn't compromise the integrity of the game. Just out of curiosity. I mean, if they what's good, Sunil? What's good, baby? Brandon Moore. We're just talking about this. What's up, Tyler T? The bullpen's a problem. Yeah, a couple guys aren't sharp. We're down one guy for the rest of the year. So Neil, we're just talking about the Jimmy Cordero suspension here. Okay, and it's Ajita City over here. But at least the Yankees have taken the first 2 games of the series, so they can't lose the series. They can't lose ground. So on Orioles at least. So my question. I mean, this is the Astros channels. Yeah, channels a completely different thing, right? Because it was team orchestrated, multiple teams. So this is a one player guy. Okay, and again, this is if it's anyone us, who work an office job or whatever, and you beat your wife, whatever you did, and your job found out, and they say, look, we don't have a place for that in this business. So you get fired. It's a fireable offense, right? They're not going to be like, you're going to be out and you can come back next year to your job. That's generally not the way it works. It's not going to work that way. These guys get to pay a lot of money, and they're also in the public spotlight a lot. So if things come out, things come out, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the truth. So what's good, John Blum? Let's go, Tyler Wallace. So this is a good point. It should be 0. And again, the fact is, yes, it's a major league decision, MLB decision, sure. But again, like if I'm the Yankees, who hold themselves to high standards according to the Yankees, right? Even the facial hair policy and a lot of other things. To me, it's would be like, there's no way. This is we don't have any room on this team for this. Okay, this is not how we do it. Okay, and yeah, banned. From the game, that's obviously MLB's decision. But at the very least, I would say we're not on this team anymore. It'd be an immediate release, and he's already getting suspended without pay. So, and even though he's kind of on the cheap, but at the very least, it's a fireable offense in a job. It's probably an indictable offense if law enforcement, like if it gets to that level. It depends on what you're doing, but and again, it's a different situation. We don't know all the details, but the fact is he did not appeal it. He accepted his suspension. So, and the investigation for the most part has been done already beforehand. So, and again, this is different than criminal justice. It's a different standard, but again, it's the same thing as you work for a company, you do something, you get fired. It's not the same thing as being going to prison for whatever. So, yeah, well, exactly. MLB is a big corporation, just like most big corporations. Corporations can fire people for being gay, right? It's true. Being gay is not the same thing as domestic violence. Okay, but the same thing. The details will become more apparent. What we do know, we don't know the details, and who knows if we will. But the fact is, MLB does, and they suspended him, and he accepted it, and he didn't appeal it. So, and that's to think of. And this is something he needs to do. He needs to work on himself and get right, just like Domingo Germán. And Domingo Germán's perfect game does not make us forget about the fact that he also was suspended for domestic violence. So it doesn't make it any better. It's because he threw a perfect game. And I'm sorry to hear that, Sean. Very sorry to hear this. I'm glad that you're okay, man. As a child, he used to work. Working. Yeah, he needs to get himself right now. Whatever happened, he needs to make it right with his family and whatnot. And I understand. I get some people saying it's a personal decision. It should not be. But again, okay, you want to respect them, but we got to respect the victims too. We can't. Do you expect them to just keep quiet about it? And again, when it becomes public, and them take the heat for not doing anything about it. So it's a two-way. It's a very sticky situation, but they had no choice but to suspend the guy. Sounds like so. Let's get those likes up, gang, if you don't mind. I mean, listen, I want your feedback on this. It's that's important. Yeah, they do. Well, they also make conclusions based on the investigations that happened. It's not like they didn't do anything. They didn't just take say, he said that, she said that. Okay, suspended. That's not the way it works because these players are union protected. They would never, ever go for that, ever. So, you know, should be somebody accused of this. I wouldn't say never hold a job, but if they lost their current job, then they lose their current job. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean lose a job and they'll never get one again. I mean, if you have your dream job, which is essentially being a major league player, is a dream job for a lot of people, and this type of thing happens, can't blame anybody but yourself for that. So, and I get what you're saying, Michael. That doesn't, yeah, I mean, no, the second chances, I believe in that too. But again, I mean, I believe in forgiveness too, but people never forget this, ever. So, and that's the problem. It's just, and that's the thing. So, and the guys are in the public sphere again. So, it's and you know, it is tough. It is tough. And for whatever you are, but again, I despise him too, Michael. Believe me, I um never hold a job. I don't agree with that. That because you do have to support, you have to eat and all that stuff. So you got to have an opportunity to make it right. But if you have a high level job, it's your dream job, you lose it. That's on you if you're a wife beater or whatever, wife, kids, whatever. So Joe Torre's father abused his family, and Joe became very peaceful. Oh, good for him. That doesn't mean that's going to happen with everybody, unfortunately. Well, it kind of reminds of Trevor Bauer, but Trevor Bauer wasn't he on some freaky sexcapades or whatnot? It was like a little bit different, and the MLB treated it differently. So, well, that's the thing too. I don't know. I don't know about Cordero's wife. That I don't know, Peter. It's a good question. Not sure, but the fact is, he did it to himself, unfortunately. So, but Michael, yeah, white beaters can be, yeah, absolutely rehabilitated, just like absolutely. But if they lose that dream job, yeah, I mean that's a penalty that they pay, you know, and you know, uh, that's the that's the penalty he pays. Who knows if he'll ever get picked up by another team now because of this, which is unfortunately, and there was a child involved too, Michael. So that makes it even more complicated, more complicated. So I mean, hi Andrea, how are you? When there's a child involved and a significant other, whatever, it just makes it complicated. So yeah, creepy. Yeah, it was a different situation, but they suspended him too, and he was also criminally cleared. And there's a difference between being criminally charged and banned or suspended or fired by MLB. It's different. It's different, just like corporate America, right? That's the way they do things. Rodon he's scheduled to start Friday. Um, John Blum, yes, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. Really am. Really am. Shame on the Yankees, yeah, 100%, Brandon. What's Billy Branch? Sevy's scheduled to pitch tomorrow, Billy. So that's what we know right now. Oh, I know, Davey. I mean, I didn't coin the term wife beater. So and I don't even use. I mean, I don't understand why people call those white tank tops wife. I don't get that, but it is a loose term. And again, we don't even know if it's his wife or whatnot. Arguments can lead into fights. Yes, sure, but again, you know, and I understand if significant other puts their hands on you, whatever. But there's a certain level knowing that and he's a big dude. So listen, you can walk away from this stuff and not trigger a physical altercation. You can do as well. So yeah, Zach Jack, I don't know. I mean, that's I have no idea, no idea. But therapy would probably be a good idea for him. Ah, it's just an ugly situation, and it's unfortunate that it's happened to the Yankees more than once. But again, the Yankees. I mean, as an organization, I would not. Got to take some kind of stance on it. So and the fact is, like this. I mean, this is your dream job. You do something like that, you're probably going to lose a chance to keep your dream job. Doesn't mean you can't get another job, but these are jobs that not even 1% of people in the whole entire world get. So it's a very rare opportunity, and don't spoil it by doing stuff like this. It's terrible. It's a good question, Jonathan. I don't know. I hope he gets called up soon, man. I really hope he gets called up soon. Travis Chapman took less prospects to get him because of what he did. I don't condone enough. Well, yeah, I mean, it's no. I mean, he'll probably get a second chance. Stephen B. Probably. Where? I don't know. Restorative justice options. That's a good question, Tyler. I'm not sure. I don't know. He might get an opportunity back in the major leagues again if somebody's willing to give it to him. And that's the thing. It's up to the team to decide whether he's worth it to give him another chance, right? So, you know, MLB puts undue pressure on players. Teams need to stand by their players. Do sticky parts. Yeah, we don't know what the Yankees are going to do yet, but MLB decided this, and that's a jurisdictional thing. MLB took made the decision to suspend them for the rest of the season. That wasn't a Yankee decision, but the Yankees, they clearly support the policy and whatnot. So, and these people sign up for them. Players sign up for all this stuff as well, so they know, what to do, what not to do. They learn this stuff, so it's unfortunate. Welcome back, Michelle. Welcome back. Yeah, Lorenzo, it's terrible, man. Cordero was pitching pretty decent for his team too. Pitching pretty decent. So, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, man, I hope the Yankees win tomorrow, man. 3 out of 4 would be awesome against the Orioles. Did anybody think they would win 3 out of 4 against the Orioles? I did not. So, and I'm hoping, Billy, I'm hoping you're wrong here, but I hope they can win tomorrow with Sevy on the mound. I really do. He needs to show up, man. He definitely needs to show up. So, taking it serious tomorrow is good. Dude, it's terrible, Parian. I've seen it too. Abusive spouses, abusive this, abusive that, and again, it's no different. It's just as somebody accusing their spouse of this or rape or whatever, and finding out that it's not true later. Those persons should be charged as well, criminally charged, and go to prison or whatever. You're going to accuse somebody of that type of offense, and it doesn't happen, and they find out that you're lying. That should be, you should be held accountable to the same level too. Really. But yeah, Alex. Chapman, Domingo Hermano, Cordero. It's exactly. It's not a good look for a team to want to let that hair. I understand their logic, forgiving and second. I get that, but at some point, some line I think needs to be drawn. But if you give him an opportunity, like they give Herman an opportunity to make amends, and he's been doing that, so okay. But like if he didn't come back, right, and the Yankees didn't bring him back, I wouldn't be upset about it, honestly. So, well, Tyler, boom, yeah. There's no defense for that. Whatever the word is, right? Um, I still don't understand why white tank tops equal white people. I don't understand that, but whatever. Right? Yeah, boom, Tyler, boom, boom, boom. Amen, brother. Amen. Yeah, walk away. Yeah. Oh, boom. Yeah, exactly. She can hit you. You'll get in a hell of a lot more trouble if you hit her and she gets really hurt. So, gotta be careful. MLB puts pressure on players. Yeah, but again, nothing they can't control. And again, these guys make 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars a year. So that stuff's going to come with expectations and responsibilities, right, Michael? But asking them to act professionally and just be decent people is not that bad. It's not unreasonable in my opinion. So how can the guy have any critical insights? Yeah, well, exactly. How are teammates going to? respond to that and all that stuff. So that's another good question. So yeah, he might have snapped Michael. We just don't know the situation, but um, yeah, I don't know if it's one incident or multiple incident. We just have no idea. No idea. Yeah, Andre, we need more consistent hitting. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. We need hitting and we need pitching. The Yankees have multiple needs across the board, which is why again I propose multiple trades. So to address a lot of different issues. Have they punt them yet? No, not yet. Not yet, Michael. I don't know if they can while MLB decides. I have no idea like whether a team can do that while he's serving an MLB suspension. I'm not sure. So yeah, people have triggers. Yeah. Problem. Did his wife step over the line? We don't know. I have no idea. And what kind of level is egging them on? Like egging on doesn't necessarily doesn't justify violence. If she put her hands on him, we just don't know. You know, doesn't justify violence. So yeah, well, the Yankees. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that they'll stick. You know, let him get through this and give him an opportunity to hopefully make it right or whatever. As far as we know, I just don't know if they're able to release him now while he's being suspended by the major. I'm not sure if that's different protocol. Or does MLB require you to wait for them to finish a suspension before? I have no idea about that protocol. No idea. So, um, well, this is the thing, man. Yeah, I mean, MLB was very lenient on the Astros. They all of them got off scot free. Every single one of them. Okay. It's dude. Yeah, I mean Pete Rose. Yeah, 30 years for lifetime ban from baseball for gambling. So, and again, I mean, I personally, I think is gambling a way to tarnish the game? Sure, but so is doing nothing about domestic violence. So, and you know, it still remains to be seen what's going to be done. I would trade Torres too, Jonathan. You know that I've been talking about trading Torres for like 2 months now. Yeah, I'm 3 out of 4 for me too, Sunil. I hope these guys better win tomorrow, man. They better win. By the way, smash that like button, gang. Let's try to get to 100 likes. We got 80 people in here already, so I appreciate you. Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a great 4th of July as well. So, if I'm going to make the white trade with the White Sox, Luis Robert, I don't know if he's going to be available. I think he might be one of their building blocks there. So, I don't know. We'll see if we'll see if he's available. That's the key. Yeah, Tyler, I would be disappointed in the split too. I want 3 out of 4. Why is Boone just wants to mop up relief for 6 with Slim 2-0 man? I don't know if we don't know if Vasquez was on a pitch count or what. I just don't know. But a lot of his other relievers have been really used the last couple of days. So a lot of them are gassed. So he had limited options tonight too. So yeah, that's another part about the piece of the story. So I hope Sevy shows up. We need his ass to show up, right, John? We need him to show up, man. I would love to see. I mean, Arenado at third. I would have Praz at short. Volpe at second. Torres on the trade block. Yeah, that's what I would do. But I mean, it is possible. It is possible to get Arenado, but they're gonna have to pay the price. He's got a huge contract, but you're gonna have to give up some players too, some good prospects. So Ramirez has been pitching pretty decently, Andrea. So I'm not sure if he wasn't going to do well. Billy, man. No, I get it, man. It's hard. Honestly, man, predictions are really, really hard to do. We're less than 4 weeks from the deadline. There's going to be a lot more speculation, a lot more stuff happening. Like, needs are going to become more apparent with the Angels situation now. They lost 3 guys in the game yesterday. Their needs are different now. And the deadline is just it's going to change like every day. So it's crazy, but Cruelty against children or animals, I don't condone either, Anthony. I don't condone either. Or cruelty against handicapped adult, whatever. I don't condone any of them. Steven, yeah, like I said, yeah, we need multiple moves to address multiple holes. They have, like even a Shohei Otani's not going to address 3 or 4 holes. So Juan Soto's not going to address 3 or 4 holes. Holes. So it's just they have to make multiple moves, in my opinion. So I'm with you there too, Steven. Uh, to keep playing, oh yeah, no doubt about it, because they're making a boatload of money. But yeah, touch a woman, well, yeah, exactly. So yeah, um, yeah. The pressure is big. Yeah, it's keep playing. Yeah, that's his job, right? That's what he signed up for, and he makes a shitload of money doing it. And he could have snapped it for what? No idea. So yeah, he does have to pay the piper, unfortunately, without paying him. So that's tough. It's tough. Life is pressure, no doubt about it. Jobs are pressure, career is pressure. There's a lot of pressure. We all face it, you know. So, yeah, I'm not exactly. Well, I think part of the reason is because a lot of the bullpen was gas, Tyler. They didn't have limited options today, so they've been using Holmes a lot, King a lot, and a lot of these other guys quite a bit. So I think that's partly of why they pull him after 5. Um, yeah, and I used a couple of the guys. I would have kept him in a little bit longer, but I think he wanted to get Ramirez and Hamilton into some kind of regular. And I'm not exactly sure how if Vasquez is on a pitch count too. So I think there's a combination of that and having to use other guys that they may not have wanted to use because some other guys were gassed. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, Tyler. Yankees need to trade for a relief pitcher or two, no doubt about it, Tyler. If child abuse plus domestic violence needs to be the FA, third play ridiculous. Yeah, if it's both cruise control, that's a serious problem. Serious problem. So yeah, Bader was dealing with some basic soreness. It's not injured, just basic soreness. And should be back in the lineup tomorrow. They said he's fine. And Billy McKinney came in as a pinch hitter, but he won the good Bader. He's been playing a lot. A regular day off. Yeah, it is what it is. A little soreness in the wrist. He's not injured, Mr. Persky, as far as we know. If a man in the situation feels his wife, his girlfriend, I get him on the hitter. Get out of the situation exactly. Don't hit her because you're only gonna create a bigger problem for yourself. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Billy. It's well said. Yeah, Beta was given the day off. Exactly. It's not hurt. He got hit. Yes, he did get hit with a pitch. Yes, he did. MLB has betting. Well, does MLB have it, or does some private, Barstool or whatever, some other folks to be able? Like, but I don't really agree with that either, Michael. I don't really like the baseball betting component. If it's regular, legitimate, like casino betting, fine. Betting on games and this and that, but the cheating stuff and mixing that in with the betting that's toxic. It's very toxic. Really toxic. I'm not into any of that. I don't condone any of that stuff. I think it's terrible. You're screwing with people's livelihoods. Just read that the wife beater undershirt got its name from 1947 case where a Detroit man beat his wife to death while he was wearing a stained undershirt. Seriously? It's freaking nuts. Wink. Freaking nuts. Seriously, and this situation, more stuff's going to come out over the next couple days, couple weeks, or whatever, and there's going to be a lot of different opinions on it. But I'm glad I hear your opinions. We got 43 likes. We got 80 people in here. Can we get over 60 likes? Anybody that hasn't hit that like button, can we get you over to smack that like button and thumbs up? It's greatly helpful and greatly appreciated. So again, keep bringing up your opinions here. I want to know what your folks think. Yeah, Herman got 80 games. Yeah. Yeah, Rizzo's slumping. He's hitting like 260 something. Yeah. Torres is at like 245. IKF is like almost 270. Yeah. It's generally probably, I'm guessing, because a lot of the other regulars in the bullpen were gassed, tired. Been used a lot this week. So, no, I get it, John. I mean, this one is a tough one. I mean, I would, if you can get enough value for Gleyber Torres, I'd move him. I would not hesitate to move him. Donaldson hit a home run. Yeah, he hit a home run the other day we won, so that was good. Huh. I think it's Sevy tomorrow, isn't it? Cruise control. Let's confirm if we can here. Um, let's look at the pitching matchups for tomorrow. Encouraging and blaming. I understand Roasted as a manager. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly. He did as a manager too. It should not affect his ability to make the Hall of Fame as a player. You know, because he was one of the best hitters of all time. He's all-time hits leader to this day. So it's Kyle Bradish, who's 4-4 with a 3.58 ERA for the Baltimore Orioles against Luis Severino, 1-3 with a 6.30 ERA. That's the pitching matchup for tomorrow. So yeah, 40 ribbies. We got guys like Ronald Acuna that have 40 stolen bases. Like, this is nuts. Judges, yeah, I mean, this, and I think they might be basing the trade deadline around whether Judge is going to decide to get surgery or not. Because he's saying, I'm not going to do surgery during the year. Does that mean you're going to play? And to what extent can you play? So are they going to get enough guys in here at the trade deadline to give him enough cover and protection to justify not getting surgery and playing here to try to win things or go deep in the playoffs? Like, does it make sense? Does it mean, because if he's going to play and you're not going to give him surgery until the end of the year, expect him to miss a bunch of spring training next year, potentially all of it, and some of even the regular season. But you better do enough to justify going deep into the playoffs this season. Otherwise, it makes zero sense to not do it. So, yeah, exactly. We can trade value for good Glaber for good value. 100%. 100%. Beta or Volpe leading off. I'm with you there too. Yeah, Cole Pitt. Okay, Saturday. Yeah. And the one score was week on. Yeah, as you know, he hit a home run, so he did his run. He did his part with the bat. But our bullpen did not do their jobs today. Neither did some of our bats. So, what is popping, Michelle's husband? What is good? So, but his stroke did have to be on point, Sean. That's why I think Peraza is a better fit because no matter where he is at, no matter how he's positioned, he has the best infield arm from the whole entire franchise organization, I should say. Osuna, Chapman, and Herman before, so playing Cordero should be made an example of. Yeah, I'm with you, Taz. Yeah, I mean, it's just like look at other sports. Like, let's just say track and field. The reason why I bring that up because I used to be a competitive runner. You know, you have there's such a huge ban list of stuff, but the first offense of whatever you take a medicine for ADD, but it has a product in that it's on a ban list, you get either a year suspension or 4-year suspension right off the bat. Second offense, usually a lifetime ban. So that's how harsh other sports are in terms of violating rules and violating this and that protocol and stuff. So um, it's players get a ton of leniency, but domestic violence is not an area you want to be lenient for people. It's just I don't know. At some point, you got to hold the line somewhere. But that's just me. First Major League player to be ejected in the first ever season that was Ty Cobb, Anthony. I don't know, Sunil. I'm like 50-50 on that because the bullpen was gassed, Sunil. So I just don't know. I don't know enough to really put the blame on it, but our bullpen didn't get it done, unfortunately. So, Tyler, appreciate you, brother. Well, we got a trade here with the Padres. Yankees get Snell, Soto, and Hader for Dominguez, Roderick Arias, Everson Pereira, Higashioka, Yuendris Gomez, Thorpe, and Breed. Damn, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Yuendris Gomez, Higgy, Pereira, Dominguez, and Roderick Arias. So you get an outfielder, shortstop, outfielder, catcher, pitcher, pitcher, pitcher. Snell, Soto, and Hader. And you're replacing, let's see, you're replacing Thorpe and essentially with Snell and with the relievers, and then you're replacing Brito and Gomez with Snell. And obviously, you get the prize of the package there, Soto. That's it. I mean, that's a trade I would consider there, Tyler. That's interesting because you're not giving up Peraza, not giving up, Austin Wells, you're not giving up Spencer Jones. Like, and even though Pereira's just got promoted to Triple A, he's already off to a good start, and Dominguez continued to develop. That's the kind of, I mean, that's probably what it's going to cost realistically to get all three of those guys from the Padres. Will they do it? I don't know. Will the Padres even be okay with it or even consider it? I don't know. But that seems like a trade that's probably representative of what both teams would be willing to do, I think. Padres probably asked for more because of those three guys, but Snell and Hader are going to be free agents at the end of the season. So that's something that's got to be considered in there as well. But that's a good one, Tyler. I like it, bro. I like it. I've said this too. Arms out of position. I think he's better suited for second base, Michael. Honestly, I think he's better suited for second and positionally wise and arm. And then Peraza's got an elite range and elite arm from shortstop. I think it should. I think they'll be better off playing those natural positions too. They make each other better. I definitely think agree with that one or believe that one. Joe, my Yeti, thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you. IKF is one of the more valuable offensive players on his team. He's doing the thing. He's doing his thing. And he's definitely underappreciated. Hit by pitching, that shit hurts. Okay, well, exactly, John. I've got hit in the rib cage. I've got hit in the thigh. I'm getting in a couple places. It hurts. It freaking hurts. How come Yankees hitters can't hit hanging, breaking balls, beach balls on? No, that's a good question, Ness. I don't know, Ness. It's a good question. I mean, it's I don't know what analytics is telling me. Expect this pitch, expect. I'm not exactly sure. I wish I was in a war room with analytics, just listening to Matt Blake and some of the other Yankees coaches. Guys, I really want to know what the Yankees analytics department is feeding these folks. I'd really be curious. Yeah, but they need to be able to hit a lot of different things, right, John? So you're 100% right there, bro. Well, exactly, Jack. And it doesn't always happen that way because ego gets in the way and pride and blah blah blah. But yeah, even if she pushed him to the limit, the option of walking out. Yes, don't get yourself into deeper trouble by becoming physical violent. Don't do it, especially him. He's a big dude. He's a big guy. He can hurt people. No. Brit in the pile on Cordero. Oh man. Different athletes across different sports league have domestic issues. I'm glad that. Yeah, as it should be, Sean. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, Volpe's average is coming up, Tyler. Yeah. Yeah, baby. I mean, Michael, probably a reliever with controllable years, or maybe like a number 2 or number 3 starter with a controllable year or two. I think that's probably what they can get for Glaber. There's a White Sox trade that we've been talking about for a while. Giolito and Aaron Bummer for Torres and a prospect. It's a doable, probably realistic trade. We'll see, right? Yep, Donaldson's attitude's been better. Yep. It's been better. David, we had a brutal ass August. I remember that. And even filtered into some of September, too. That was a rough one. So, Blue Jays, White Sox weather. Yeah. The Blue Jays are bringing up Alek Manoah for a game from single A all the way back up. So I guess let's see if they need a pitcher or I just want to see where he's at or whatnot. So I'm really curious. I think he's pitching this weekend. So We get. I think pitching Michelle Morales for Glaber pitching. So just got the same combination of offensive accusations these repeats in the NFL. Yes, Tyler. I thank you for it too. I appreciate you, brother. I talked about it too. You didn't hear it? Where was it? Yeah, I thank you again, Tyler. Yeah, the Yankees Padres trade. I mean, that's the type of trade that probably gonna be close to what I mean. If it would happen, it's probably be close to I mean, again, you're paying for Soto and his controllable year next year. Snell and Hader are free agents at the end of this year. So, but the prize is one Soto, no doubt about it. And it's probably we're probably. And I said I'm also glad that they're not moving, or they wouldn't be, moving Peraza or Spencer Jones or Austin Wells in that trade. So that to me, looky good. Well done. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Yes, 100%. If you're in track and field taking an ibuprofen, uh, I don't know, but there's a bunch of banned things that you can't take, pain and aspirin things. So, um, you know, stuff for ADD. An Olympic champion sprinter named Justin Gatlin. He had ADD and he took a medication for ADD, but there was something in there that was a banned substance. And I guess they treated it as performance enhancing something, and he was banned for 4 years for taking that. I mean, that's about how strict that some of that stuff is. Yeah, Ray Rice that was an awful situation. I think so, Steve. Maybe a wise idea to send Cabrera down for a little bit. Yeah, I do think word life. I do think the Padres would ask for more in that deal from the Yankees, but you never know. Never know. Volpe, Bader, Rizzo, Stanton, IKF 135. Interesting. Here, Rizzo, Stanton. Maybe Sunil might be close. Yeah, 60 likes. Maybe we can get a little higher. Anybody hasn't hit that like button in here, please hit that like button. We always want to try to get them up to 100 if we can. I think another pitcher. I mean, heading to the Padres, Tyler. Maybe, but I mean that's a pretty robust trade. That would be the blockbuster of the season. That about it. The Yankees and Padres came up with that one. I can't see a bigger trade than that. I'd be shocked if another team pulled off a bigger trade than that. You know? Yeah, Ray Rice, whole different situation, but yeah. And the problem with that is there was like video footage of it, and it's even worse. So yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I think the Padres have a different outlook of the Yankees on that trade. The Padres would probably ask for more, and rightfully so. So, and I mean, but it's a good point of negotiation. It may not be far off. Might not be far off as well. So, who's that, Sean? Oh, Ray Rice, yeah. Two domestic violence time, yes. Yep. Who on the Yankees going to the All-Star game besides Judge? Garrett Cole, Michelle. Garrett Cole's probably going to play. Judge doesn't know if he's going to. Well, he's not going to play in it. He just doesn't know if he should go there and just be around the environment. I mean, if I'm him, I'm just give the roster spot to somebody. Go on your own dime and be there with the team, and let somebody else play if you can't play. Don't steal a roster spot for somebody who's deserving. When you can still be there. But Cole, yeah, he's pitching part of the All-Star game, so. Schmidt, maybe. If Hicks was hitting over 230, I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question, Christian. I'm not sure. Maybe. It's good. I like that question. Will he still be a Yankee? I don't know, man. I guess like he said, I agree with him. It was time for a change of scenery. So, and I hope he plays well there. I wish him well. I really do. Snell did come up to Tampa. Yeah, he won a Cy Young with Tampa. And I hope he's one of the guys the Yankees consider in free agency at the end of the season. Really. I really do. Padres need outfield. Yeah, I mean, we've got some of those guys. We got Estevan Florio. We got Everson Pereira. We got other guys too. Elijah Dunham. We have guys that we can give them, that's for sure. You think there's a move this week by the Yankees, T. Drake? Be kind of nice. Would be kind of nice. I think there's going to be more moves than people think at the trade deadline. I think it's going to be pretty busy. I really do. Bader, Dominguez, Chaparro, Will Warren, another prospect for Soto. I wouldn't give them Bader, but I would give them Dominguez, Chaparro, Will Warren. I would give them. I mean, I would replace Bader for. I would add Everson Pereira in that trade with Jason Dominguez and see if that's possible, Davey. But that'd be tough if they give up Bader. The Yankees need to extend Bader. They really do. Let him play center if you get Soto for left, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd lead off Bader and then bat Soto second, then Judge third. And then boom, go after that. Michael Vick. Yeah, Michael Vick went to prison for that dogfighting thing. Mm-hmm. I guess he did serve some time in a state prison, yeah. Pretty damn crazy. I love Tommy Canley, John Ball. Love him. Loiza come here in late August, early September, Mr. Persky. So it's a nice bullpen piece. I would still add a reliever before the deadline or at the deadline, which is August 1st. So I wouldn't move Hamilton personally, T. Drake. Ian Hamilton's got 5 more controllable years after this year. Him and he's not a free until 2029. And without him, it's somebody I would keep. But for Jeff McNeil, it's an interesting one, T. Drake. Padres may ask you for someone who can play the outfield now that is wide. No, I get that. And I think they have some other guys who could play outfield now too. Yeah, Bellinger. He'll cost a little bit though. He won't cost as much as Soto, but you still have to pay a decent amount for him. But yeah, I think they're going to wait. I think he's going to be somebody who's going to get traded really close to the deadline or at the deadline. Because I do agree that the team's going to wait as long as they possibly can to drive up the price and hopefully he continues to play and won't get healthy, which again, they would extract more value from another team in a trade. So, high on Joe Kelly. I like him, but I don't like him as much as Garrett Crochet and Aaron Bummer. I'd rather those guys first. Joe Kelly is playoff tested, so. I have no idea, Lapari. Matchup between Team USA versus Canada in the quarterfinals in the Gold Cup. I don't even know what the Gold Cup is. It's soccer? I don't even know what it is. Yeah, they're taking the bubble wrap off. Yeah, he's finally starting to wake up. We need him to wake up. Yeah, I mean Hamilton he got roughed up today a little bit, but other than that, he's pretty dang good. He's pretty darn good. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean Sunil again, Bummer or Garrett Crochet are my first 2 relievers from Chicago. I would pick before Joe Kelly. No. More locked into place. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Even if you play Malfield every other day, he'll be more locked in offensively than he would be before. 100%. You think Gordon Ramsay was the GM? Would he be making moves? I don't know. He'd probably be stabbing some of the players with a kitchen knife and scissors, and he'd be cursing people out a hell of a lot. That's for darn sure. But he also has a very big piece of humanity attached to him too. So I don't know. But George Steinbrenner would have been firing people. Oh, Kendall Graveman, that's a good point too. Kendall Graveman is another good arm from the White Sox. So Graveman, Kelly, I mean, would be my 3 and 4. Crochet would be 1. My Bummer would be 2, and then probably yeah, I think those guys are playing. Yeah, those are my 4. And Liam Hendricks would be the 5th, and I like Hendricks too. Kane O'Neill talking about food. Oh God, that would be nice, James. If it was a big trade before the All-Star game, it would be really cool. I like trades. You know, I mean, I want to see some more trades like ASAP. So, yes, they do, Dave. We're getting more information on that. That they need to dump salary there. in a worse financial situation. So yeah, getting some controllable players that are relatively on the cheap. But keep in mind, Soto is on the cheap. He's still in arbitration. So, but they can get some guys with controllable years. I think it'll be a wise idea for the Padres to consider while they have all these expensive players here. So, have a great night, Michelle. To you too. I'm gonna wrap up in like a minute or two as well. Cheerleader, and I mean Lucas Giolito would be a good one here. But if I want to go, I want to get Giolito. I want to get one of those relievers. So I'm going to try to make a multiplayer trade like they did a couple of years ago with the White Sox with, um, who was it? Tommy Kahnle, Todd Frazier, and a reliever. Oh God, who was it? David Robertson. David Robertson. So it's going to be interesting, gang. It really is. Where I caught off guard by the Chapman trade. A little bit, Sean, but I wasn't that surprised after learning a little bit more about it. It made more sense the same day. But yeah, I didn't expect that when it happened, that's for sure. So I was caught off guard to a degree. Yeah, hope he's getting better, right, Zone? Hope he's coming around. So I'll check it out, Billy. Cubs manager going square. Not that I know of, Anthony. Solved the TV issue, not that I know of. It's funny, I talked about his trade today, so like with Trout out 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know how long Otani's out, and Rendon got hurt too. How do I see prospects for us to get Otani? I don't see him the Yankees getting Otani at all, to be honest with you. I don't. If the Angels completely fall off, then I would be trading players. But if they want to make a trade like today, I talked about if they really want to try to keep Otani and give time for Trout and Rendon to get healthy, you try to make a trade with the White Sox for Dylan Cease, right? And then you get a reliever or something like Dylan Cease and someone else for some good prospects, and send Joe Adell back to the White Sox and some other high ranked prospects. But Cease and someone else from the White Sox, I think, will be a really good trade for the Angels. Really good trade. Yeah, D-Rob, that's right. That's right, Tyler. Blister in his finger, yep. Yep. Yeah, we're hearing the same thing. So, yeah, Padres are in a little bit of a precarious financial situation. So it sounds like they need to offload players. And again, it sounds like they won't be able to re-sign Soto right when he's about to test free agency, where he's going to be his most expensive. So trade just makes sense. You can let him walk and get nothing, or get a prospect or two from giving them a qualifying offer. But that's not, he's not going. That's not going to get him as much as a trade. So he's going scary, but he's going too far. He said he was out for years. He said that. I don't. Did he say that, son? Did he actually say that? I don't see the Astros as a trade partner with us. I know I talk about Chaz, whatever his name is, Mr. McCormick or whatever, but I see the Astros trading with a team like the Rockies or somebody like that. And the Astros are still competing for the AL West. So, and they do that right to the very end. Otani's trying to run. I won't be able to fall out soon. Can this happen on the year for every season? Yeah, I mean, I can see Otani being traded more than before with the injuries now. So, and it's going to be interesting. That's for damn sure. Why do we need freaking in the shows? I don't know. Man. That's a good question. I wish I knew the meteorological components of weather, but I don't, Lapari. But it's a good question. Chicken parm, hot steak, and they're talking at the same time about sushi. Well, sushi is one of the best. The best. Pick your poison. Have injuries at the start of the year like the Yankees, or have them now like the Angels? Good question. Based on this Yankee team, I'd have them now. Because based on the construction of this team, they needed to win as many games early on as possible. Otherwise, I don't think they would have ever come from the bottom up. So I think they're in a better position to do this. I would have the injuries now. That's my poison, Billy. What about you, buddy? Could take years to heal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. Whenever I attempt a family trip from New York City to Florida, probably not. Probably not. I have no interest in going to Florida. Too much driving time? No, we've driven other places, but I have no interest in going to Florida, Anthony. Especially with the climate there, not only the weather, but the social climate there now. It's just a little too not cool. Florida's beautiful though. Beautiful beaches, great fishing. I've done that, but I don't think I'm gonna take my girls there. Tina's campus. Yeah, I saw that, Sunil. That's gonna cost way too much. It's gonna cost more than soda. It's gonna cost. I'm personally passing on time because he's gonna be on the wrong side of 30 in his new contract. So we don't need another guy like that. Mm-hmm. That's right, Billy. Giving yourself some padding, exactly. Yep. Some of these guys, stat teams have padded their records, giving him a little bit of cushion so he can withstand certain things like this. So Volpe's aunt makes chicken parm for Volpe. Hey, good for her. When does Volpe have bobblehead? That's a good question, T-Drake. I don't know. I don't know. 64 likes. All right, maybe we can get. Yeah, that's not even hurricanes things either. I mean, I've seen a tornado up front in Georgia. I've been in hurricanes, having to deal with that. So it's just the other parts of Florida that I don't think I would bring my girls to. Sent the link of an article. Zane Buckets. Where'd you send it to? Where'd you send it to? My email? Let's see. Ooh, what do we got here? Let's see. Oh yeah. So I mean, if the Yankees could, well, what do you think the first move the Yankees should make are? Okay, the first move the Yankees should make. I mean, whether it's extending rotation, getting bullpen help, getting positional help, or whatever. What do you think the first move that they should make? What would make the most immediate impact for Yankees? Chicken parm. Chicken parm at the state. It might be Sean. Left field Johnson. Yeah, you're 8 subscribers away from 100. That a boy, T Drake. Keep up the good work, man. DFA Donaldson and Cola Peraza. I like that one, Sunil. Sensible. How do I get into your email? I just go to the account and you log in. That's pretty much it. And I have it also connected to my phone. You can add your personal email to your phone, so that way you can link them together. Left fielder, third baseman. I have a members only video I'm putting out tomorrow. I think you folks will like it. It has to do with third base. So I want to know what y'all think of that. That's coming out tomorrow. Another bat, yeah. Full time left fielder, yeah, Billy. All right, so a lot of consensus on I think outfield seemed being the most important positional to address here. Yeah, Mr. Persky said the same thing. Yeah, I mean a left fielder, a starter. I think outfield, starting pitcher, and bullpen. Those three. And if you can get a third baseman in here for a consistent time, then you move on from Donaldson. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's it's not funny, John. Every week is a little bit of a different answer because like all of a sudden these guys pick it up, and these guys don't, and it's vice versa. Like that's a great point. Really, really is a great point, John. Really. Serves as starting pitcher, then we can move Severino. Yeah, move Severino to the bullpen or in a trade, Billy. Yes, 100%. First move trade free agency. You're not going to sign. Yeah. Appreciate it, Lapari. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Torres and Brito for Giolito and Bummer. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Sevi for left field. Third. Sevi for left field? Oh, you mean trade him for a left field or trade him for a third baseman? Possible. Possible. I think starting pitching, yeah, I think so too. Adding like a Lucas Giolito, and if you add a reliever to it, I think it has a ripple effect on the pitching stable. So, no doubt, they could give Florial another shot. And at this point, he's kind of earned it. He's never played this well in AAA, so it's worth it seeing. Has this guy made some kind of changes or breakthrough they're not really seeing, that we should be looking at? Let this be his last shot. I mean, honestly, let it be his last shot. The benched even, yeah. How do you send those notifications real fast? That's a good question. I mean, as long as people click the notifications for people's channels, and then the notification will just pop up on your phone, whatever channel you're subscribed to, and have notifications turned on for. Yeah, I hear you, T. Drake. Trusting calling out Florida. I'm hesitant too. Honestly, I'm hesitant with giving him the shot. But I mean, if they do, I hope he freaking goes on a tear. I don't know if they're willing to pay the price for John Duran, Adam, but it'd be a worthwhile venture. That's for sure. I would try to get him. I mean, I would try to get Josh Hader too, and they need a pretty good arm in the bullpen. They do. So swap Cabrera Florial. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's a simple transaction. So call Praz and DFA. Yes, T Drake. Yep. A lot of people want that. Dude, yeah, I mean, same, Lapari. Same about being a fan, no longer being a fan. Yeah. And it's a very disappointing situation. It's tough. And I hope he is able to redeem himself. And again, I am for forgiveness, but I'm not for forgetting. Stuff won't be forgotten. So, dream acquisition is Soto and Hader. And that would be a really nice trade for the Yankees, Billy. Really nice trade. Sevy and Donaldson to the Mets for Marte and McNeil. Would that be a salary gain for us, a payroll gain, or payroll gain for the Mets? Is the question. Who's taking on more money in that one? Sevy and Donaldson. So, that's my thing. Yeah, man, LaFar, I hear you, man. I was same thing here too, Jonathan. Calling up Peraza the most immediate. Yes. And I think impactful and common sense move. 100%, man. 100%. If Donaldson were to retire, would he have to pay him all his guarantee? No, if he retires, he forfeits the rest of his money. That's generally the way it is. If you retire, you no longer get paid. So, and I wouldn't be offended with that either. Yeah, and Mets wanted bad contracts for bullpen help. We have to, that's I don't know if we'll be able to, because we don't know if he's bullpen worthy or not. That's why I would give him like Ron Marinaccio and Wandy Peralta. They're both proven in New York, Wandy and Marinaccio. Wandy's reliable. Now he's a free agent at the end of the season, but Marinaccio is under control until 2027. There's your controllable player who's also proven in New York, and which gives him a lot of value. You get 3.5 more years of that pitcher, and you can probably re-sign Peralta on the cheap. So you get two instead of Ian Hamilton by himself. That's what I think about it. Maybe they'll consider that. So who knows? But sounds good, Lapari. Check out Ryan Jeffers from the Twins. Okay. I'll check it out, Adam. Ryan Jeffers. Okay. Bobby Bonilla, King Griffey Jr. Bunch of Tide Pods there, bullpen semis. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's ever been credibly tried in the bullpen, so I'm not exactly sure we can mark our words that he'd be that good. But if it worked, it worked. The problem is sometimes he gets hit hard early in the games in his first couple innings. And if he's only going to pitch 1 or 2 innings, there's a good chance he might get hit hard like he did as a starter. But now, coming into the game late in the game, it might be a completely different ballgame for a guy like Severino. Like John Smoltz was a great starter, and then he converted to a reliever, and he was one of the best closers in baseball. So it has been done before. You know, that's a tough one, man. Just imagine any child being as a total unforgivable offense. Children are scarred forever, scared. Yeah, might be right. Rice never to be seen again like it. Ugh. That's a really bad situation, right? You don't have domestic violence. It's a very bad situation, especially if it involves a spouse and a child. That's tough, man. It really is. So, and it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. But when Sevy came back from injury in the past couple years in the pen, yeah. But can he do it now? I'm not sure, Sonia. No idea. Oh yeah, long retire. Yeah. Griffey and Bonilla, they're still getting like a million or whatever a year for a long time. No, we got to protect our children. Yeah, we got to protect our kids, no doubt, and our loved ones, even if they're not our kids. So, but let me let you all go. I want to thank you for coming on. Even though the Yankees didn't win, this is a great conversation. I'm really happy that you shared your feelings on this Jimmy Cordero thing, and then this type of stuff really helps us get to know each other as people too, which is now not only baseball fans. So I thank you for all for that. I thank you all for your support, constant support, coming on the channel, spending some time with us, and hit that like button on the way. If you haven't hit that like button, please, it's greatly appreciated. But have a great night. Peace and love to all of yous, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.